What's up, Sagittarius? It's your April love general reading. This is a general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So let's go ahead and see what the most important messages are for my lovely sign of Sagittarius for the month of April. Okay, so definitely what I'm getting here is that pile one, your person very much looks up to you here. They very much admire you. This person does actually see a really long-term future with you. So I feel like kind of what I was picking up immediately is it's almost like because this person looks up to you so much and because they almost like have you on this pedestal with the star energy, I sense there's a little bit of intimidation, or it's almost like it's like the fact that this person could see like spending the rest of their lives with you is almost intimidating them a bit and almost like scaring them off. Like with the Seven of Swords energy, like kind of like ghosts and you running away, acting like they don't care. But as you can see with the Six of Cups, like this is definitely soulmate energy. Your person feels a really strong and very deep connection with you, and they definitely have a lot of care for you. I just kind of get with the Page of Cups energy that your person might just be right now a little bit emotionally immature. So if they're being distant or seeming like, you know, just acting sort of strange, hiding their feelings, I think it's really just due to maybe their own lack of confidence. Like if they just haven't had a lot of connections in the past, like they haven't dated a lot of people, or just maybe issues with communicating their feelings as well, fears around that. But I definitely feel like this person does really sort of idealize you, and they sort of idealize the connection as well. It all just might be a bit intense for them is kind of what I'm getting. But for those of you that are in real no contact, where they're not talking to you at all, I sense with the Page of Cups, your person does want to return. I feel like they do want to reach out to you. They do want to flirt with you, maybe open up a little bit about their feelings as well. So I definitely am seeing sort of like heartfelt communication in the future. Like that's definitely something your person wants. It's just that they may not be quite ready to like fully connect to you, because I almost feel like with your person, it's sort of make or break. It's like they really want to just like settle down with you and be with you forever. And it's like, if it's not that, then it's like almost like they don't want it at all. And kind of almost what I'm getting is it's like they're not quite ready for the huge step, the huge commitment quite yet. So it's almost like they're kind of just avoiding it altogether, because it's like they don't see you as like a casual person in any way. That looks like, you know, you guys could date for a little bit and then, you know, leave and go find other people. It's sort of like you're their person. So it's like when they settle down with you, they want it to be like permanent. You know what I mean? Let's see. Clarify the Seven of Swords. What's going on with Pile 1's soul connection? Why are they being quiet? Why is Pile 1's person being quiet? Clarify the Seven of Swords. Why is Pile 1's person being quiet? Okay, so I'm just going to take the Hermit that came out here. Clarify the Seven of Swords. What's going on with Pile 1's soul connection? Why are they being quiet? Why is Pile 1's person being quiet with Pile 1? Clarify the Seven of Swords. Okay, so the Hermit, the King of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Star. So again, it's like, I feel like they're preparing to be this King of Pentacles for you, which is like the really mature, loyal, dependable partner. But in the meantime, I feel like this person is having to do some serious healing as well with the Star and the Hermit. I feel like, you know, if they're not speaking to you, or if they're being a bit distant, I feel like they're being distant with like everyone, kind of. It's like they're almost having like a spiritual renewal right now. Or they're really going within. I'm kind of sensing with the Hermit, even they could be researching spirituality. They could be going to church, or just kind of figuring themselves out as like a soul, things like that. It's like they're really trying to find themselves right now. You know, I feel like the Star is very much about reconnecting to source, reconnecting to your higher self. So I feel like in this period of time, they're really doing that. And I feel like the Three of Wands, it's like they're trying to figure out, you know, where they're going in life, what they're doing, what their next plan is. I'm kind of sensing your person sort of like having like a midlife crisis or like a quarter life crisis. It's like there's a lot of work I feel like that they need to do on themselves before they're prepared to be this for you. But I strongly feel like this is what this person wants to be in the future. You know what I mean? It could just be that they need to figure out what they're even doing for their career. Like if this person's still in school, or they haven't really quite figured out how they're going to make their money. It also could be a bit of insecurity around maybe feeling like they can't be a provider for you right now. Like they haven't really gotten their money together, their life together. So then they kind of feel like maybe it's easier to just sort of run away from this for now and let me like kind of get my ducks in a row so that I can come back to you and have this really stable future someday, because I feel like this is ultimately the plan for this person, even if it's sort of off in the distant future. But I feel like with the star, again, it's like they really see you as this really beautiful, magical person. I feel like they see you as a very healing person. I think you've really helped this person reconnect with themselves, reconnect with their inner child, with their spirituality in general. I feel like you've given them a lot of hope. And in some ways, I feel like this dream of this future with you is something that really keeps them going, maybe even during hard times or when they're experiencing, you know, sadness or problems in their life. I almost feel like they retreat to this sort of like almost fantasy of the two of you guys being together, or they get very nostalgic around happy memories where the two of you guys were together. And they kind of will go into the fantasy realm in a way to maybe avoid their day-to-day life, their problems, things like that. All right, let's get some more messages. Let's see. What's going on between pile 1 and their person, the soul connection? Why is pile 1's person being quiet with pile 1? Why is pile 1's person being quiet with pile 1? What's going on? Okay, again, the hermit and isolation. So yeah, this person is just, I feel like, honestly, I feel like it's not really personal if they're being quiet. I really feel like they're just isolating themselves. It's like they really need to be alone, I think, to figure themselves out. Like sometimes that really intense healing work, and again, connecting their spirituality, it's like that kind of does have to happen in privacy. Your person might even be a Virgo for some of you. They might have Virgo in their chart with all this hermit energy. This might just be something your person does, and again, not personal. It's just sort of who they are. Is like, you know, maybe they want to connect for a bit, but then when they're feeling too emotional, or, you know, they could just be a very shy person, they need to go recharge on their own for a bit. Why is pile 1's person being quiet with pile 1? What's going on with pile 1's person? What's going on pile 1 and their soul connection with their person? What's going on? Why is pile 1's person being quiet with pile 1? What's going on with them? Going on with pile 1's person? What's going on with pile 1's person? So we have taking steps, and yeah, it's interesting. It sort of came out reversed here. So it's like, again, with the 3 of Wands, it's like they're planning, I feel like, the action they want to take in the future. They're planning the steps that they need to take towards you. Again, with the 3 of Wands, for some of you, it could be they're having to plan how to travel towards you as well. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's about like taking steps towards you in terms of like how to open up to you, what the right thing to say is, how to come towards you. And again, just about their future in general, like where do they want to end up? Where do they want to live? It's that sort of stuff. But I feel like they are definitely planning how to take action. And then we have ending and appreciation. I'm going to clarify ending. Actually, I kind of feel like this is more about just like an internal cycle that they're needing to end out here. It could be also like the end of another relationship, or saying goodbye like to like a karmic energy in their life. That could be it for some of you, where it's like this person is having to take time out because they're having to walk away from someone, or just like a pattern, like especially with the 7 of Swords energy, that's very much like sort of hot and cold, hiding feelings, ghosting even. It's like, it could be that they're having to really reflect on maybe why they do that behavior, and that they need to mature a bit. They need to let go of some stuff before that they can really be a partner to you, because it's like they need to learn how to really appreciate you and appreciate the connection and really show up for you. So I feel like that's sort of why almost like Spirit is sort of maybe causing a separation, is because this is something your person needs to work on in isolation. And maybe even because they really need to appreciate you, maybe the separation is needed in a way to get that perspective and see how valuable you really are. But I feel like with this star, they're definitely seeing that. Let's see, what's going on between pile 1 and their person, their soul connection that they're in no contact with. We have the Fox, the Star again, and then the Sun. Okay, so yeah, again, the Fox, sort of like the 7 of Swords energy, being a bit strategic and a bit sly, definitely keeping secrets here. But the Star and the Sun are a really good sign that I feel like there's a good outcome here, and that if you are manifesting things with your person, or you know, you have hopes of a future with them, I feel like this is going to be happening, because the Star is about wishes coming true, dreams coming true, you know, really positive progress towards your goals and your visions. And then the Sun is about a success and a happiness and a victory. So I feel like the separation, whatever's going on, is needed for things to maybe even progress in the way that you want them to. For instance, like if you've been hoping your person would literally just appreciate you more, maybe show up for you more, let go of that behavior, it's like this is all sort of part of the journey. Like I feel like it's all working out for you, if that makes sense. Even if it looks like negative on the surface, if they're being distant, I feel like it's ultimately positive. All right, let's get some messages from them. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one, please? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one, please? I'm healing my core wounds right now. So yeah, they are healing those really deep core wounds. That's super important. I feel like those are like feelings of abandonment, unworthiness, just the stuff that really causes a lot of emotional dysregulation and jealousy and all those really negative things that you might have been dealing with in this connection. I feel like what I'm getting is it's like they're healing the parts of them that caused the most issues in your connection. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now? All right, let's see. I overreact so much when it comes to you. I feel crazy sometimes. So this is part of that, like overreacting, getting emotionally overwhelmed, and then maybe being hurtful. I saw my dark side reflected back at me through your eyes. So definitely there could have been some darker behavior that this person came across with. And I feel like they're using that mirror to sort of look at themselves and see that, they don't want to be this person anymore going forward. I want to join you in the temple of love. Very beautiful. So definitely that energy of a union. My life doesn't feel right without you in it. You're the missing piece of the puzzle. So yeah, this person is really missing you. I never chose to fall in love with you. Loving you is part of who I am. When I impulsively react out of sadness, anger, or fear, even if I feel justified in the moment, after enough time passes and I calm down, I always feel guilty and regretful. So this person may have overreacted a lot, kind of been like impulsive about it, like maybe not really thinking about their actions, sort of that immature energy. And then later on, it kind of comes back to haunt them and then they feel really guilty. And then we're simply meant to be. So this person still feels like you guys are meant to be here. They still feel like you guys definitely are like soulmates. You have a really deep connection. So I feel like they're not giving up on you, even if things are hard right now. Let's see. Let's get some of these messages. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now, please? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now? Relationship. I want something serious with you. So they do want something serious with you. Again, kind of like what I was picking up before. It's like either they want this serious committed relationship with you or they almost feel like they don't want it at all. Like, if it's just like a casual fling, it's like they can't, it's almost like they're too emotionally invested in you. There's too many feelings for them to just be able to date you for a little bit or see you a few times or hook up a couple times and then go your separate ways. It's like they want the really serious connection if they're going to have something with you. We have truth. I want to be more honest with you about how I'm really feeling. So we can see from the Seven of Swords and the Fox coming out, I think this is something your person has struggled with, is being really honest. It's like they feel safer keeping secrets. Inner child, I'm learning to love and nurture my inner child. Confusion, I've been working through a lot of inner conflict. I'm trying to find myself. I think I was kind of hearing that earlier. They're really trying to find themselves. And then regret. I really wish I could go back in time and make different choices. So I feel like for some of you, this person hurt you in different ways. It could even be running away from the connection. That's something that they regret. They wish that they had been maybe more clear with you or, again, been more honest instead of hiding their feelings, or maybe whatever they did to cause the no contact. They're regretting that a lot. There could just be a lot. Again, overreacting to stuff in the past. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? I'm so mad at myself for how I've treated you. Wow. So this seems to be a really important message for some of you, that if your person treated you badly, this person is really angry at themselves. Like looking back now, I feel like because there's this energy of stillness and healing and sort of isolation and reflection, I feel like even if your person had been kind of avoiding the guilt that they caused, or avoiding the guilt for maybe the pain that they caused you, it's like right now I almost feel like they're in this place of isolation. So they're having to look at it, even if they had been trying to distract themselves before with other people or things or going out a lot or something. So yeah, your person really is regretful. They are angry because, it doesn't feel good to hurt other people. And I feel like that's really, your person's almost like getting the karma for that. I feel like they're learning that lesson. What does pile one's person want to say? Oops, too many. I'll take the one on the top. You changed me so much for the better. I hardly recognize who I used to be before you came into my life. So they may have had a very sort of hopeless, almost like negative outlook on the world is kind of what I'm getting. And I feel like with that star, you did really give them hope. You gave them a vision of a better future. And then you are precious to me. So you are very important to this person. You are very precious to them. I feel like the connection is very precious. And they really do, I feel like, deeply care for you as a soul. All right, pile one, before we close out your reading, let me get you a word from these cards. These are really hard to shuffle. All right. What does pile one need to hear right now, please? All right. Take the, oh, two of them fall on the floor. Okay. So this one is really beautiful. Definitely soulmate energy here. That's really sweet. So this one says, within each of us, there is a yin and yang, feminine and masculine, passive and active. To have harmony, to have inner harmony, strive to balance all aspects of who you are. To align with your true nature, love, accept, and embrace yourself totally and completely. This is really beautiful. So really interesting with like the yin and yang energy. I feel like for a lot of you, this person is like your twin flame or your divine counterpart. So I feel like in this time of separation or no contact or just distance, I feel like this is really a time to balance your inner masculine and feminine here, and definitely learn to love and embrace yourself as you would hope to be loved and embraced in, you know, a really beautiful relationship. You know, accept and love yourself unconditionally, which is a lot to say. It's easy to say, sometimes hard to do in practice, but I feel like that's what we're all kind of striving for. Let's see, this one is really pretty, kind of reminds me of like a Monet painting. Something you love may be coming to an end, and it's only natural for you to be saddened. However, this ending also provides a new beginning. All unfolds for your highest good. Life is full of transformation, and with a new beginning comes a new chapter in the story that is you. So it could be that, yeah, this relationship maybe has seemingly ended for now, but I feel like either this person or someone else that you're meant to be with, another soulmate, another soul connection, I feel like there is new love that is on its way. So, you know, even though it's maybe very difficult to not be very sad, I feel like definitely see that you and your person are both going through an inner transformation. And just know that, like this says, like all unfolds for your highest good. Like whatever the next chapter brings you is going to be for your highest good. If it's this person or if it's someone else, or just focusing on yourself for a while, I feel like it's all sort of part of your journey, pile one. All right. Thank you so much for watching pile one. It's been lovely reading for you, sending you lots of love. Please take care of yourself. All right. Bye-bye. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your reading. So let's see what's going on with your person, why they're quiet. All right. Pile two. What is going on between pile two and their person they have a soul connection with? Why is pile two's person being quiet with pile two? What is going on between pile two and the person they have a soul connection with, and why is pile two's person being quiet with pile two right now? What's going on between pile two and their person they have a soul connection with? Okay. So let's get into these cards. All right. All right, let's see. So we have the Ten of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Fool, then we have the Hanged Man, the Hierophant, the Chariot, the Empress, Seven of Cups, Judgment, the Two of Wands, and the Three of Cups. Okay, so a lot of cards came out. I feel like there's a lot of energies here. Let's see. Okay, so what I feel like with the Ten of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Fool, I feel like your person is being quiet with you right now because I feel like they're having to maybe heal from a breakup between the two of you. They're having to heal their heart. And I feel like they're having to prepare for some sort of new beginning in their life, or I feel like new beginning in your connection. And so it could be that with the Ten of Cups and the Three of Swords, your person feels like this really deep connection to you and a lot of love and potentially a very long-term happy future with you. And so I feel like if they're not talking to you, I feel like it's because it's almost like too painful maybe to interact with you, because you can see like with the Empress here, like this person really views you as their ultimate partner, just this ultimate beautiful person. I feel like they really feel like no one can replace you. And if there has been a breakdown of the connection, I just feel like it's almost like it's sort of like I'm here like out of sight, out of mind. It's sort of like you will always be their ideal, and so it's almost better to just not interact at all. Or so that's sort of their thinking in a way. But I do feel like, let's see, I feel like this person is gaining a lot of enlightenment here with the hangman. I feel like they're taking some time to reflect on the connection, reflect on their life, especially with the judgment here. This is sort of like a rebirth energy that your person is going through. Um, I feel like there's a lot of just maybe inner pain they're having to clear out right now in the connection. But I do see with the Chariot, the Three of Cups, and the Judgment as well, I feel like your person is wanting a renewal with you in the future. Like with the Two of Wands here, I feel like they are planning this. It's like they're planning on maybe how to come back into your life. For some of you, it could be your person comes back and is sort of wanting like a friendship, maybe not necessarily like dive right into the romance right away, but I feel like your person does want to reunite with you in the future. But again, in the short term, it's like because of just like the profound amount of happiness and joy that you bring to them and how much they care for you, it's like being reminded of you is very, very painful. It's like they can't just be like casual friends with you, because it's like they're very emotionally invested in you. So for some of you, it's like your person has maybe even blocked you or is putting up serious boundaries. But it's a form of self-protection, because it's almost like what I'm getting is it's like every time they see a picture of you on social media, or for some of you, you might even have like a new partner, or they're scared that you're gonna date somebody else. It's like whenever they see a picture of you, it's almost like, again, like a sword in their heart. It's like it stabs them. You know what I mean? It's like they take everything you do really personally. Pile two. So for some of you, it's like if you're posting about your life, you know, you look like you're doing fine. Again, the Empress, you're looking really beautiful and attractive, handsome. I feel like it really almost pains your person to see you sort of like living your life without them, because they wish that they were by your side instead, for sure. But I feel like your person's having to just like figure their head out right now. I definitely see with the Seven of Cups, they do fantasize about you a lot, pile two. Again, you're just very beautiful. So I feel like they kind of dream of maybe when things were happier between the two of you, or again, this future that they see with you. The Hierophant, I feel like this shows the level of commitment your person does feel to you. This is a very like traditional sort of like, in a way, sometimes a marriage card as well. I feel like this also speaks to connection with spirituality, finding one's like connection to source, becoming more like moral, I feel like connected to your virtues and things like that. So that could be an inner journey your person is going on as well, like really trying to find themselves spiritually and mature that way. Let's see, let's clarify the Three of Swords, though. I'm curious about that. I just feel like there's a lot going on with your person right now. Like with all the major arcana coming out, I feel like they're at a really huge like sort of juncture in their life where it's almost like they're having to let go of a lot of, it's almost like it's like this interesting dual message where it's like they're both maturing spiritually and also learning to be more childlike. It's like learning to trust more, trust in the universe, trust in themselves more, but at the same time learning to be more like responsible about like, you know, who they are as a person, be more responsible with their life in general, you know, how they treat others, things like that. I also heard like kind of they're learning about, you know, oneness in a way, like the connection we all have to one another. I just feel like they're really like deepening in a way, especially in the separation. Clarify the Three of Swords. What is going on between pile two and their person? Why is pile two's person being quiet with pile two? Clarify the Three of Swords. Why is pile two's person being quiet with pile two? Clarify the Three of Swords. Clarify the Three of Swords. Why is pile two's person being quiet? Okay, so let's see. Let's get into all these. Okay, so we do have the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. See, that's kind of the energy I was picking up on before, where it's like, for a lot of you guys, maybe you were married, or it's like you guys just have this really deep connection. Four of Wands can also be a soulmate or like a twin flame card as well. So it's like, because this is just such a deep and strong connection, there's this desire for something greater here. And your person is feeling very abandoned out in the cold. It's like they almost just, it's too painful. They just don't want to even think about it, because when they see you, or, you know, when they talk to you even, it just reminds them of how lonely they are almost here with the Five of Pentacles, like how abandoned they almost feel by you, or the connection, how insecure they feel. So it's definitely very painful. It's like your person, it's like they can't stand the thought of you being with somebody else. So it's like they'd rather just avoid, you know, maybe connecting with you altogether unless you guys are in a relationship, if that makes sense. Let's see, the High Priestess. So I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of secrets here. If you look at the High Priestess, with the Queen of Wands, it's like they're still very, very attracted to you here. They find you just so beautiful, so sensual, highly magnetized to you. But I feel like with the High Priestess, they're kind of keeping this sort of knowledge very private. It's like maybe they don't really want you to know how attracted they are to you, how much power you really have over them. It's sort of this like safety thing where it's like if they act like they don't care at all, or if they act really distant or avoidant, it sort of keeps the secret there. You know, it's like maybe they think that by doing that, it's like you'll think that they've moved on or that they don't care anymore or something like that. But I feel like secretly your person does still think about having a victory with you here. I feel like they're building up their confidence to eventually come back to you with the Six of Wands. And I feel like there's communication with the Page of Wands there. Like this person does really want to talk to you. But again, I feel like there's some stuff that they're having to just work through emotionally. Kind of almost like some ego stuff, some pride stuff, like having to kind of get beyond their own fears as well, their fears of rejection. All right, pile two. What is going on between pile two and the person they have a soul connection with, and why is pile two's person being quiet with pile two? We have balance. What's going on between pile two and the person they have a soul connection with, and why is pile two's person being quiet? Okay, so yeah, like right now, if the energy is feeling like very stuck, your person is feeling sort of like the Hanged Man energy, just apathetic. Well, not apathetic, but just sort of, yeah, no movement. It's definitely because things are having to balance within them. I feel like balance within you as well. Because you do have the Four of Wands energy and the Ten of Cups, which shows that there's just really, really deep emotions. But if all those deep emotions and intense energies are not properly balanced, they can be very, very destructive and chaotic because there's just so much feeling involved, especially if one or both of you is unhealed. So I feel like this person's almost like the universe is saying, like, this person is stuck until they balance out. Like they will be silent or distant or quiet until they figure out what we need them to figure out, if that makes sense, in order to be the right person for you. Why is pile two's person being quiet with pile two? What is going on? You have compassion and victory. Interesting. What is going on between pile two and their person? Why is pile two's person being quiet with pile two? Why is pile two's person being quiet with pile two? Why is pile two's person being quiet with pile two? We have breakthrough, enlightenment, justice, and strength. And then we have communication on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like that's a good sign. I feel like this is going to resolve eventually. So let's see. Okay, so I feel like your person is learning empathy and compassion right now. That could have been something that they struggled with. If they did have a bit of an ego, they were kind of wrapped up in themselves, maybe had a hard time looking at things from your perspective, which is very much tied to the Hanged Man, having to get a whole new perspective on themselves, on you, on life, maybe how to treat people. So I feel like a victory and a breakthrough is coming, but it's like once this person learns this lesson about compassion, maybe about how to, again, be like a more loving, thoughtful partner. Then we have enlightenment, justice, and strength. So yes, I feel like your person is gaining enlightenment here, which is kind of what I was picking up on earlier, like the sense of like learning or like discovering against the oneness of everything, how we are all connected, we're all one, which to me is a kind of enlightenment, you know, seeing how the way we treat other people is a reflection of how we treat ourselves, and it all comes back to like, you know, the actions that we put onto the universe always come back because we are, you know, we are everything that we do to other people, and like the way that we make other people feel will eventually return to us just sort of through that collective energy that we all share. Anyway, so I feel like your person is really learning that lesson. And I feel like it's bringing them to be a more just person. Again, I was picking up on like being more moral, more virtuous, being better to other people. There definitely could be karmic justice, especially if your person did hurt you in the past. That could be something that they're really learning those lessons right now. Again, with that energy of balance, could be Libra energy as well here. And then we have the strength card, like that Leo energy. I feel like they are learning how to be more confident, because especially if your person was or is stuck or, you know, was hurtful in the past, that a lot of times does come from just a lack of sort of self-confidence, because I feel like truly confident people that really love themselves are also, and really love themselves, not just in a superficial way, like, you know, they have compassion and empathy for themselves. They also have compassion and empathy for other people and kindness. I feel like insecure people are the ones that are more hurtful and more selfish at the end of the day. So I feel like your person is learning to find that like really divine strength and divine confidence right now, um, which I feel like is much more sort of wholesome and also, you know, enables them to feel good about themselves, but also uplift other people. Let's get some of these cards. Pile 2. What is going on with Pile 2's person they have a soul connection with, and why is Pile 2's person being quiet? Okay. Let's see, we have the letter, the man. What's going on between Pile 2 and their person? Oops, too many. What's going on between Pile 2 and their person? Why is Pile 2's person being quiet with Pile 2 right now? Why is Pile 2's person being quiet with Pile 2 right now, please? And then we have the dog. Okay, let's see. So I feel like there definitely is communication coming for a lot of you, like pretty soon. I just feel like your person is planning this here with the letter. It could literally be like they're, you know, in their notes app or writing a letter to you, trying to figure things out. Because we do see the letter represents like a very deep conversation. Like they want to have a conversation that's of substance, but it could be that they're just kind of in their mind right now trying to figure out how to do this. We do have the man energy, which is very masculine, logical energy. So they could even be overthinking a bit. That could be why they're being quiet. They're overthinking maybe what to say to you. But I feel like they're also sort of in the distance or separation with the dog energy. They're learning how to be a more loyal and dependable, trustworthy person for you, especially if that's something they struggled with, was like commitment or showing up, being, again, like mature. Is this definitely something that they are, I feel like, working on. Just by finding that balance within themselves, because if someone's very imbalanced just in their life in general, it's like they're not necessarily going to bring the best energy to a connection. So I feel like this is sort of what they're really working on right now. It's how to be like, yeah, show up for you better. Be just someone that you can really trust and rely on. Let's see. What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2 right now, please? Does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2 right now, please? Does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2 right now, please? What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2? We have the superficial things I thought I wanted only brought me suffering. So they may have been very superficial at one point. May have kind of chased after shiny things or gone down lots of different paths trying to find that happiness. And I feel like they're definitely realizing that the things that came more from like their ego's desire did not really bring them true happiness. And again, with the Ten of Cups, I feel like they're really seeing how true happiness and fulfillment is something that they really feel with you, that love is more important. So that's part of that enlightenment here. What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2? Does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2? Does Pile 2's person want to say? Let's see. I've never felt love the way I do with you. So this all could be very shocking to them as well. You really did open up their heart. Maybe they've never really felt that much in their life. Again, with the male energy, a person may have been very much in their masculine energy, very able to just sort of like retreat into their mind, just be super logical about everything. But I feel like you've kind of cracked this person open in a way. I have a burning desire for you. I apologize for my inconsistent behavior. It's due to mental conflict I'm having to sort out right now. So they are having to just get their heads straight right now, find that balance. I'm dedicating my life to love and service. So definitely a lot of maturity, kind of sensing that with the Hierophant as well. It's kind of tied to that. This person may even be interested in having a spiritual profession or just really being more in service to other people. Again, less about their ego. You do things to me I don't even know how to describe. So a lot of just like very profound feelings I think you bring to this person that it's like they've never experienced it before. They don't even really know how to verbalize it. They may not really even know how to talk about it with other people, or what to really say. It's just sort of like this amazing feeling. What does Pile 2's person want to say? Mutual. The love between us is mutual. I feel the same way that you do. Family, you are part of my soul family. It's very sweet. Telepathy, we are psychically connected. I hear and feel you all the time. Mask, my fears made me hide behind a mask and live a life of illusion. So yeah, the life of illusion that they may have been living was definitely not bringing them happiness though. And then healing, I'm doing inner work right now because I want to heal. So they are healing, and whatever separation or distance or no contact, they're actually putting it to good use, I feel like, during that self-reflection. What is pile two's person? What does pile two's person want to say to pile two, please? I'm surrendering to my love for you. I want to breathe you in and lose myself in you. I crave your body. I want to feel your skin all over me. Yeah, this person is really very tempted by you. We saw that with the Empress and the Seven of Cups. So this person is definitely fantasizing about you a lot. So again, with this telepathy energy, if you kind of just like sense this person in a very sensual way randomly, you're probably picking up on this person thinking about you. I push you away because I'm scared that if you get too close, you might hurt me. So definitely part of that running that mask energy. And again, this is part of what that they're having to surrender here, is just surrender to the love they feel instead of putting up all these walls and causing distance and communication blockages and things like that. I feel like your person is very sensitive, but maybe they've learned to sort of hide it in a way, or that they need to repress it to feel safe. All right, pile two, before we close out your reading, let me get you a word from these cards. What does pile two need to hear right now, please? Does pile two need to hear right now, please? Does pile two need to hear? Oops. What does pile two need to hear right now, please? What does pile two need to hear right now? All right, we'll take those. Okay, so this one's really beautiful. Oh, wow, this is very cool. Very interesting. It is not a matter of containing your emotions. Rather, the opposite is required. You must express your emotions in order to heal them. Say what you feel, be gentle, be truthful, and do not blame anyone in the process, especially yourself. All emotions can be transformed by love. A conscious desire to do so is all it takes. It's okay to feel the way you do. So if you're feeling very emotional, I feel like this is just the universe's way of telling you that it's really important that you do feel your emotions. And again, like all emotions can be transformed by love, which I feel like could be seen as transformed by connecting to source, and also just your own love, loving yourself, loving your emotions, even if they're intense. And definitely I feel like journal or open up to people that you can feel safe connecting to and open up about your deep feelings. Oh, wow. So much about emotions. Look at this. A pool of suppressed emotions lies trapped within you, and it is time for you to release them. Allow your feelings and emotions to surface. You are safe. It's okay for you to open your heart and be vulnerable. This is a time for healing old wounds. This healing process is a blessing, not a curse. Wow. So for some of you, this is really important that you hear this, because the repressed emotions things keeps coming out. So, wow, you are safe and is open to safe for you to open your heart and be vulnerable. So yeah, you are also healing really old wounds, old core wounds, things like that. You are a beautiful soul full of wisdom, compassion, and great love. If you feel trapped, it is because you have created your own bondage. It is time for you to free yourself of the guilt that has been keeping you feeling stuck and allow the sacred rhythms of life to flow through you once more. So if you've been dealing with any guilt, feelings of shame, feeling like you're not good enough or that you've made mistakes, messed up, again, I feel like it's like surrender to that unconditional love and realize it's like we're just here to live life and make mistakes, and you are this beautiful soul and you've gained so much wisdom from all the things you've experienced. So yeah, don't keep yourself trapped in your own mind or in these feelings of guilt, and sort of just surrender those feelings and release them, because you don't need to carry those feelings around with you. I feel like our true nature as souls is like love and openness and freedom. And when we're not feeling that way, it's because there are all these intense suppressed emotions. So if you have a safe space to do so, I definitely strongly encourage you to do what you can to really feel your feelings. If you need to have a good cry, have a good cry. It's always good. All right, pile two, it's been a pleasure reading for you, sending you lots of love and healing. Please take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile three. Welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. So let's get into your reading and see what's going on with your person they have a soul connection with and why they're being quiet. For those of you in no contact or limited contact. All right. Pile 3. What's going on between pile 3 and their person that they have a soul connection with? And why is pile 3's person being quiet? All right. What is going on between pile 3 and the person they have a soul connection with? And why is pile 3's person being quiet? What is going on between pile 3 and the person they have a soul connection with? And why is pile 3's person being quiet? What's going on between pile 3? All right, let's see. Okay, so we do have the Tower and the Eight of Cups. So I do feel like if your person is being quiet or they've kind of disappeared, I feel like it's because there's just a lot of like really intense emotions here. And I feel like your person has kind of felt the need to maybe go within and sort of disconnect for a while with the Eight of Cups. The Tower, a lot of times I connect it to sort of like an ego death. It's like a foundation that's been built on something sort of unstable, finally sort of crashing down. But it's like it never really was stable to begin with. So I feel like this could be you know, in a way like representative of your connection as well. Like if your person had a lot of undealt with issues or ego issues that they needed to work on, it's like it was only a matter of time, because it was only a matter of time maybe before their own sort of stuff got triggered up and started causing problems. So I feel like your person is really maybe taking the time they need to sort of go on their own inner journey and leave behind maybe a lot of superficiality or figure out whatever ego issues that they had. But I do see with the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords, there's a strong desire to communicate as well as have a return here. So I feel like even if your person is gone for a little bit, or, you know, they've disconnected for a period of time, I feel like there's a really strong, yeah, like craving desire on their part to reconnect with you, maybe even, you know, go out and have drinks with you, celebrate something, have fun here. They want a victory, I feel like, in this connection. I also sense, though, with the Queen of Swords here, your person may also be quiet because they're sensing a bit of detachment from you, maybe as well, sort of a bit of coldness, sort of that independent energy. Like with the Queen of Swords here, I feel like this is a very, you know, no BS sort of attitude. Your person may feel like they may have really I'm hearing like they like really like they feel like they pissed you off or something like that here. They've done something to upset you. Maybe they ran away or they ghosted you, or again, like the Tower energy. There may have been may have been triggered by something, and sort of maybe you feel like they sort of did this to your relationship, sort of blew it up almost. And so they might feel like you have them at a bit of a, you're sort of like looking at them a little bit, I'm like hearing like disappointed, like they might feel like you're a little bit disappointed with them, or you're not looking at them in the best light. So that could also be why they're a little bit distant, is because they feel like you may not be receptive to them right now. Or if they do come towards you, they need to come towards you in a very like mature and respectful way. So it's like they kind of need to figure out how to do that properly, like what the right things to say are. But I do feel like there is some truth that your person is going to be bringing to you. And I feel like there's going to be like sort of movement out of the blue here with the Knight of Swords. It's like they're going to just jump in. It's like they really, really want to talk to you, even if they haven't been. It's like there's something they need to get off their chest. But in the meantime, your person is definitely keeping an eye on you here with the Page of Swords. That's sort of that watchful energy. If you have like social media, you still have them on social media, or maybe they even like look at your social media through someone else's account, like if they're blocked or something like that. But I feel like this person is definitely keeping tabs on you, but they may not be saying anything. But I feel like they're watching your movements closely. If they have they might even be you know, sort of curious about if they dip their toes in the water, you know, if they say hi to you, or I'm hearing like a photo on Instagram or something like that, like a little test to see, you know, how you're feeling about them. I feel like that's sort of what each person has on their mind right now. Clarify the Tower. What's going on between pile 3 and the person they have a soul connection with, and why is pile 3's person being quiet? Clarify the Tower. What is going on between pile 3 and the person they have a soul connection with, and why are they being quiet? Let's see. Okay, so I feel like with the Magician sort of coming out reversed, I'm feeling like a person isn't feeling completely confident, I feel like, about sort of their ability to almost like manifest here. It's sort of like they feel like their desires aren't really happening. And I feel like their desire is definitely, I feel like, to rekindle something with you here. But I feel like with the tower, they're feeling disempowered. Like they're feeling like their outer world is not matching their inner world. So it may be causing them to sort of hide in a way. It's like they're feeling disappointed with what their life looks like or what the connection looks like. So they're kind of, I feel like, keeping things to themselves here at the High Priestess, kind of keeping all of these secrets. But again, there is still this passion for you here. There is this desire for communication. Even if there's been a rough patch or a difficulty with the tower, a sudden, shocking event, sort of like the collapse of the connection, it's like there's still hope for energy and movement in this connection. But again, I feel like they're just not feeling in their power. It's like there's a lot of desire with the Magician, a lot of wanting to have something with you, but not, it's almost like not really being in alignment with that, or not feeling almost like worthy of it is sort of what I'm getting. They may feel like they're not good enough for you right now, like they still need to work on themselves. So that's why they're being super secretive or mysterious, kind of keeping to themselves. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles just kind of popped out. So I feel like they see you on a very like high pedestal. They see you as someone with a lot of value. You could make a lot of money here, or just be someone that, is very independent, someone who's very confident, just looks great. And I feel like they're kind of seeing you above them in a way. Like they still have a ways to go, maybe. They still need to figure themselves out. Clarify the Eight of Cups. What's going on between pile 3 and the person they have a soul connection with, and why is pile 3's person being quiet? Clarify the Eight of Cups. Strengths, the Knight of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Yeah, and then the Knight of Cups coming out reversed. It's like, at the end of the day, I feel like your person does want to follow their heart here and come to you. I feel like they have a lot of feelings for you. It's just that I feel like for now, they're feeling like they missed an opportunity. They're feeling kind of regretful and remorseful here. Like if something did fall apart between the two of you, I feel like they're kind of feeling guilty, like blaming themselves, seeing this as a missed opportunity. And it's like for now, it's almost like I'm getting the image of a dog sort of like limping away with their tail between their legs. Like that's sort of what's going on with your person, is I think what's happening. So it's like they're walking away right now to go find their inner strength, to go find that courage that they need to show up and actually give this to you, give you their heart. You feel the confidence to finally open up to you. But I feel like now they're sort of off in their little cave, almost like licking their wounds is sort of the vibe that I'm getting. Like if the tower was sort of an argument or something like that, it's like they're feeling sort of out of control and a little bit triggered. So it's like they're needing to just be alone is kind of what I'm getting. Compassion just wanted to flip out. So I feel like maybe they're learning to be more compassionate. They're learning to get in touch with their feelings. What's going on between pile 3 and their person, and why is pile 3's person being quiet with pile 3? What's going on between pile 3 and their person? Why is pile 3's person being quiet with them? What's going on between pile 3 and the person they have a soul connection with, and why is pile 3's person being quiet with them right now? What's going on between pile 3 and that person? What's going on between pile 3 and their person? Okay, so let's see. So we have Enlightenment, a lot of interesting cards coming out. Okay, so we have Enlightenment and Wisdom. So I feel like, yeah, the Eight of Cups is a really cool energy. I feel like it is sort of like a person retreating from the external world and really just fully going into the internal world. It reminds me of like the Buddha, leaving his palace sort of energy almost sometimes. So I feel like that's what on with your person is. They are gaining wisdom in their solitude. They are gaining some sort of enlightenment, some sort of clarity, clarity on maybe where they went wrong in the past, because there is a lot of grief here. There's a lot of sadness. There could be guilt, sort of like with that Four of Cups energy. There is a lot of melancholy. I feel like there could even be guilt for things that they've done in the past, which is sort of also part of why they're maybe avoiding the connection, is it's just too painful to think about that. But I feel like there is preservation, the energy of preservation, and destiny. I feel like there's still, I feel like hope for the connection. There's still an element of destiny here. In some ways I'm getting that in order to preserve the connection for the future, like this tower moment, whatever's going on, like needed to happen, in order to sort of like secure the future for you guys together. Like there were really important maybe lessons to be learned that if they aren't learned now, they would cause problems in the future. So it's almost like it's for the best, even if it doesn't really look like it. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from that. What's going on between pile 3 and the person they have a soul connection with? And why is pile 3's person being quiet? Okay, so again, with the birds, that does represent communication. So I feel like there is communication on the horizon. I feel like you're going to be hearing more from your person. Then we have the lily and the lady, which is interesting. So kind of tied with that energy of compassion. I feel like your person is sort of finding their own feminine energy. They're finding their own connection to their emotions, their spirituality, their intuition, things like that. It could be that if your person had been repressing their feminine side, their emotions, it's sort of like they're on a quest to maybe find that. And then interesting with the lily, this is definitely a really interesting card. The lily is a very interesting card in the Lenormand because it's very dualistic, but I feel like your person right now is purifying themselves here. They're finding their morality. They're coming into harmony within themselves. And I feel like they are learning to maybe let go of any sort of toxicity that was causing problems in your connection. Again, I feel like that's tied to that tower moment. Like whatever was causing all this triggering and all these problems, I feel like this is what they're being called to release right now. And I feel like as they do that, they'll be more open and to communicate as well. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? We have, I chose the superficial over the meaningful because I was scared to dive into the depths of my emotions and risk losing control, but it left me feeling empty. So that's kind of a loaded message. I feel like for some of you, your person may have gone down like a karmic path or may have sort of, in a way, chose sort of like darker energies to spend time with or avoided the connection because they were really just too afraid of their own emotions, which is why, again, it's like they're being called to get in touch with that. We will find each other again. So there is this energy of destiny where it's like, even if your person has walked away for this period, I feel like they still intend to come back, or you will find your way back to each other eventually. You're the one that I really want to spend my time with when I'm around other people and wishing you were here instead. So if there are karmic energies involved in this connection, or just your person's friends, you know, people that they're around, it's like they would rather be with you than these other people. So you're definitely not replaceable at all, pile 3. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3, please? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? I'm homesick for you. So for some of you, there's a distance, but I also feel like you sort of are this person's home in a way. I think the Queen of Pentacles did come out. So they are homesick for your energy. I feel like you're the kind of person where you guys could be on the, you know, you guys could be in a totally like foreign country together and this person would feel super safe, super secure just being with you. It's like you are their energetic home. They feel the safest with you, the happiest. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? I'm jealous of the people that get to spend time with you. I wish I were the one getting your love and attention. So your person, if you're kind of like, you know, doing your own thing or you've moved on, for some of you, this person is very jealous of whoever, you know, maybe your family, your close friends. It's like they wish that they were sort of getting to spend time with you. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? Every emotion and sensation is heightened with you. You make me feel raw. We will be connected for all of eternity. I don't know what you want from me, and I'm afraid to ask in case you don't feel the same love for me that I feel for you. Interesting. So definitely could be a bit of fears of, you know, actually communicating their feelings, communicating their wants and needs in case they get rejected. And then I've never felt love the way I do with you. So you are very special to this person. I just feel like it's very intense for them as well. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? Does pile 3's person want to say? Stability. I want to build a strong foundation with you. So eventually I feel like this is what your person really wants, is to find that stability within themselves and then have that with you too. What does pile 3's person want to say? Regret. I really wish I could go back in time and make different choices. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say? Unique. The things that make you unique are what make you so special to me. loyalty. I'm devoted to you. You are the only one I want. See, again, it's like if they are with somebody else, if they're doing something else, it's like they don't want to be with that person. I feel like they really just want to be with you. And then action. Can't pick this up, sorry. I want to move things forward with you in a positive direction. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you know, you may be getting communication here and there from your person, and I feel like they really do want to move things forward. I do see a lot of action, especially with like the Knight of Swords and everything. They do want us to improve between the two of you. So I feel like you're going to be seeing some movement from your person. I feel like for in the near future for a lot of you. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? I miss you so much when we don't talk. So if you guys are no communication, they are really, really missing you. They do want to return. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What does pile three's person want to say? I had no idea how much pain I was truly in until I met you, and all of my repressed emotions and trauma came flooding back. So that's sort of an intense message, but it's like this person may have been really, like I was saying, sort of repressing their feminine side, not in touch with their emotions, but because they care for you so much, because you're so connected, it's like you really mirrored to this person all of their core wounds. I'm done pretending to be someone that I'm not. I can't keep living a lie. So it may feel like they did choose a superficial maybe path, and they feel like they are living a lie if they're, you know, on a karmic path right now, and it's like they don't want to keep pretending to be happy when they're not. They can't keep it living a lie. This also could just mean pretending that they don't miss you or that they don't care about you as well. That could be the lie. And they do want to prove to you their feelings eventually. All right, pile three, let's get you a word from these cards before we close out your reading. What does pile three need to hear right now? This one's really cool. Cool colors. The heart is the true seat of power, so just love everyone involved, and all will unfold gracefully in its own time. An angel watches over you with patience, love, and perseverance. All will work out fine. Be guided by the wisdom in your heart. This is really cool. I feel like this is very relevant to your connections. So, you know, send love to everyone involved. Send love to your person. Send love if there's a karmic energy as well, or friends, things like that. And things are definitely unfolding gracefully, and definitely in divine timing as well. It is not a matter of containing your emotions, rather the opposite is required. You must express your emotions in order to heal them. Say what you feel, be gentle, be truthful, and do not blame anyone in the process, especially yourself. All emotions can be transformed by love. A conscious desire to do so is all it takes. It's okay to feel the way that you do. So if you're feeling really emotionally intense, definitely don't be afraid to open up and be vulnerable. If there are people you really trust in your life, especially, you know, if you want to open up, that comes from a loving place, you know, to your person and express your needs or your feelings, do what feels right. But yeah, definitely also have a good cry, really feel into your emotions, and don't feel ashamed for feeling deeply. I feel like we can get a lot of health problems from just repressing our own pain, and sometimes all we need is just a really good cry, and we get perspective afterwards, and you know, we're able to get higher perspective and sort of release that negativity. All right, pile three, thank you so much for watching. Sending you lots of love. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye-bye.